What's going on?
Hey, hey, hey.
Hi. Hey. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Right. What's up? What's up?
What's up?
Yeah.
What's up? I'm loving your hair, girl.
Why, thank you. It's a little lighter than I wanted to go, but
Oh, it suits you.
it's here, so I have to do what I have to do. have to rock it in spite of. Okay, how's everybody's week been?
I don't want to go to work tomorrow because I got to go to the office all
wow.
week.
For like the whole week?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I don't want to go all week. And it be the longest week ever.
Thank you, Danielle.
Oh, Danielle, we love you, girl.
That's my paparazzi lady. That's who gave me my lovely jewelry for the photo shoot. Nice. I love it. Yes, that's where I got my jewelry from.
My paparazzi lady is Faith Craven Smith. Yes. So Faith, if you hear me, I'm shouting you out, girl.
So you got listen. I know we all probably know about 5 or 6 paparazzi ladies.
Mm-hmm. All the ladies are paparazzi people, apparently.
I think yeah,
like all of them. Because I just at this point, every once in a while I just be like, girl, can you just find me some stuff, and it's still in the bag over here. Y'all know I don't really wear jewelry, but I really like it.
Yeah.
There's
now that. This is Mary Kay.
How they do jewelry too?
No, this is the prize that I earned for my sales.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, okay, Mary Kay, what y'all doing? Y'all trying to come in on the jewelry industry?
They might as well.
Right, since they do everything else.
Yeah, they give out diamonds every seminar. So whoever earns whatever, they be giving out real diamonds and stuff. So
wow.
I'm like, I can't wait to earn my diamond. Mary Kay was like,
I need to be Mary Kay.
Mary Kay be like, Mary Kay, she was like,
selling dildos.
Man, Mary Kay was like,
like incentives. Like, give me an example of, because I know you've met goals and that sort of thing. You have a big team. So what have they done as far as incentives for you guys?
Well, it's just like this particular company. They do a lot of what I call, they're not monetary gifts. Like they'll do like the little drives and contests, and you can win like products and stuff. Or like there were times like the really high sellers, top sellers, they'll win like trips and stuff like that. But I don't consider myself anywhere near being, top tier. But it still would be nice to get, something a little bit more trinket like. We might have to talk about that because,
Yeah. Mary Kay always said that, we as women, we don't buy for ourselves. We always buy for our families. So that's why she had this. That's why she decided to do stuff like that for her consultants that meets, certain goals and certain levels, because we don't do for ourselves. Now, have I worn my I had earned a week of wearing my national sales director's ring, and I was like, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Okay, I need to earn me a ring.
Yeah.
Along with the car.
Yeah, right. I take me. I was like, just give me the car and nobody get hurt. And not
hurt.
And then not only do they pay, because it's basically a lease, to be honest with you, because you requalify every 2 years. So not only do they pay the lease, but they pay 85% of your car insurance. So I'm like, okay.
I mean, I take that too.
Girl, hold on. We need to be helping you slide some makeup. I be trying every little bit now. Look,
man, Joshua be like, my mom. Joshua be like, Mama, you need to hurry up and earn your car so I can drive that car that you got out front. I'm like, oh man, you're not gonna ever drive that car.
My child was telling his teacher, my mom was selling insurance, so here go her business card. That's what my baby was doing.
That's why I say it's about time to get this going, because I'm gonna need some things.
Okay, let's get going. Let's get it popping. First slide. I'm sorry. We talking. You know how we do. We're ready to go. All right. So we are giving shine today.
Shine. Okay.
I'm not doing this shit today. I'm not. So we're giving shine today to the first Black woman to win an Oscar in makeup and hair design, Jamaica Wilson and Mia Neal, and Jamaica on the opposite side of Mia, FYI. But at any rate, Mia Neal went to Jackson State University.
Okay.
And she won won the Oscar. They won for makeup and hair design. Mia did the hair, and Jamaica did the like everything else. Not the clothing design, but like makeup and everything. So they worked together as a team. And the speech, the Oscar speech was good because she was saying that she hopes this opens the doors for other women, trans women, indigenous women, Asian women, Latino women. Like she was like, it's not just to open the door up for us Black women, but for everybody else that does not get the notoriety that they're due in these in these different arenas. So interestingly enough, Mia has been doing Broadway for a while. I did not realize that. She went to Juilliard and did this fellowship at Juilliard because she wanted to go and she wanted to style here on Broadway. I ain't never had that dream. But she had that dream. And she went, somebody encouraged her, one of her friends in Mississippi when she was going to school. She's actually from Indiana, but encouraged her to go to this program, enroll in it, and that's how she got her big break.
Okay.
But then she met the costume designer who also won, the costume designer for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. And she met her like over 10 years ago, and she started putting her in places. And then Jamaica, interesting enough, let me tell you about this Black Hollywood that I love. Jamaica is the stylist for Viola Davis. Okay. Ooh. So Viola, they was like, so who you got? Viola said, let me get that one. This my stylist right here. We need to put her in position. So what is amazing about this is that these young women were put in position by people that, they trusted, that they had their back in the industry. I love that. I really, really love that. And it's opening doors. And so I'm very, very happy for them. And congratulations to these ladies for the Oscar. I'm not really going to talk about the Oscars. It was pretty boring. We talked about it on its own. I didn't watch it really. I did see
it was a snooze fest. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a snooze fest. But the one thing that I was appreciative that it was not just white people winning. You had other cultures and other races winning.
Yeah. We had some Asian Americans. Daniel Kaluuya. I cannot pronounce that baby name. Somebody gonna have to get me together. Kaluuya. Is that what it is? Kaluuya. I be wanting to say he's the first Black British individual citizen to win an Oscar. So that was also a big thing. And I saw a video with his had the Oscar with other Black British actors that we see in a lot of film and that we see on TV. They were all Damson Idris, who plays on Snowfall. He was there. Another young man, he's familiar, but I don't know his name. He was there. So they were really, 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 really there in support of one another. I dig it. I still think that Lakeith Stanfield should have been a Best Actor in the Best Actor category for Judas and the Black Messiah, because the story was about Judas, not necessarily about the Black Messiah.
I still I'm not understanding why he was also a supporting actor.
I don't understand that either. But somebody said, well, who was the main actor then? Somebody said racism. That's what the main actor.
Pretty much.
So yeah. So big ups. So big ups to y'all excuse my child. Big ups to those young ladies. I'm so glad. Hopefully, just like someone did for them, they will reach back and give back to some young ladies who may be doing the same thing and having those dreams. So shout out to them.
Got my shout outs.
All right, here we go. Next slide.
And so I'm putting y'all on the timer with this reality.
That's fine. That's okay. I'm okay with
so let's start sipping. So let's start sipping
right now.
All right, here we go.
All right, so we got the Real Housewives All Stars, which is they're shooting them for a week in Turks and Caicos. And so I don't know all these white women's names. I know Kandi. I know
okay,
Melissa.
The one at the top.
I know Kenya.
The one and there's Teresa.
There's Teresa. I know Teresa.
And then you also have Ramona Singer.
Okay.
You also have.
I got some about her and Kenya. Keep going.
You got the Ramona Singer is the one in the middle, and then
in the middle,
below,
next to Kenya, or at the top.
At the top.
At the top in the middle. Okay.
Okay, and then you have Luann de Lesseps, the Countess.
Okay.
I'm not sure this supposed to be Kyle Richards or not, because she's supposed to be on there.
Because I'm trying to find. I'm looking for the whole thing. Here it is. I found it on Instagram, so let me share that.
Okay.
So y'all can get the names on here. Instagram. Here we go. So these are all the names of those.
Okay, Countess, Kyle. That is Kyle. Ramona, Teresa, Kenya, Lisa. Okay.
That doesn't look like Kyle Richards, though.
Huh? It doesn't look like her. Maybe she got another surgery, girl. Ain't no telling. So, so let's talk about this. I don't know that I will watch this.
I'll watch it and let you know if it's
except for the mere fact that on the first day, Kenya and Ramona gets into it. And I'm talking about get into it. I don't know if it was a physical altercation or not, but y'all know how these women are about rooms.
Like having their own room, or
no, you know how they always have a thing whenever they go on a trip, they want a nice room. Like,
oh, okay,
not that you're gonna be, not that you're going to be in the room the majority of your time because y'all are spending hours touring or on the beach or wherever, depending on what trip you take. Typically, that's a big thing. And then, you know, somebody always gets the worst room because either they're late or they pull straws and that person, you know, with the worst room. Or like I remember the season when Kim Fields was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was like, I just sleep in the living room on the couch. I ain't got no problem with that. You know, so you have those things, right? So they got to fighting over a room on the first day. Is the word on the street. And so Ramona and Kenya are not the best of friends. I'm not sure if they're going to apologize. I'm not sure how that's going to work out for them. But I do know that I already knew something was going to happen. And here's the thing, Kenya Moore. Everybody ain't the problem. Everybody is not the problem. There's a common denominator here, boo-boo. And that common denominator is you. Right. Wow. So that's where I am. That's where I am with that. So just a little something I wanted to share with you about that. Again, I'm not particularly fond of the watching all these different shows. I feel like if they were gonna do something like that, they should have not done the seasons of the shows and maybe did something like this as an alternative to the Real Housewives, because y'all really drag things out past what they should have been, past whatever y'all were trying to accomplish or do. Y'all really dragged these seasons out, which was unfortunate. But
with this one, it's going to be on Peacock, and I think you got to have the premium membership, because Peacock is free, but there's certain things you got to be a premium. Have a premium membership. That's like $4.99 a month. $4.99 a month, something like that.
Okay.
So what I'm thinking is, for you to be able to watch it, you have to be in
Yeah, and I'm really considering paying the little $4.99 because they are supposed to be coming out with the Best Men series. I want to see that. Everybody's supposed to be back, of course, with the exception of Monica Calhoun because her character died on Best Man Holiday. So
they can bring her back as a ghost.
See, no, don't do that.
They can bring her back as, you know how they always do those
clips or back. Yeah, flashbacks. Yeah,
flashback. She could just be part of the flashback. So you definitely can write people in. I don't know if I want to watch that either, though.
I think it's fun because they were supposed to be doing a movie, and I don't know if this is going to be the alternative to the movie or not. They were going to do a part 3, and it was supposed to be Terrence Howard's character was supposed to be getting married. And
the Best Man's Wedding or something like that.
Yeah. So I don't know if they decided to turn it into a series because of that. I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, we can move on.
Moving right along.
Then. Oh, what? Okay, stop it. Okay.
Stop it.
Fighting with my screens. I got too many screens up.
So I was going to tell you something before. Oh yes, I love it.
I heard somebody on this don't like my favorite.
I can't stand. You know, I'm already on episode. I'm on episode 6, maybe 5 or 6.
Why you don't like Courtney?
I don't like Courtney.
Why you don't like Courtney?
I got a love-hate relationship with Courtney.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for Trevor now.
Courtney is my favorite. I like Trevor.
I want him, Kat, and Kat, and Mitchell to make it to the final 3. I know it ain't gonna happen though, but
yes. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, because you haven't seen the
You haven't seen it, so keep watching.
No. I know they gunning for Kat right now because of that whole Chloe thing. But my thing with Courtney is Courtney don't fight his own battles. He want to fight everybody else's, and I'm like, your ass will lose the whole thing trying to gun for everybody on behalf of somebody that ain't there. Let it go. So he done got on my nerves. Bye.
I love Courtney. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to even spoil it, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my mouth closed too. But I love Courtney. I like it's so much.
All I can say is I can't wait for Chloe to see that Trevor is not Trevor.
That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting on.
My babes,
I'm in love
with me is how River is trying to gun for the catfish. It's like he ain't a catfish.
That's what, because it's a game. You take the attention out of
you a catfish, sir. You a catfish.
That is the most hilarious part of the game is when they try to defeat it. And I'm like,
sir, you're one.
You're a whole catfish.
Did anyone tell you this really ain't you in that profile picture? You at least you are before as well.
But
what tripped me out is they eliminating the real folks. So it's nothing but catfish.
What's funny to me is that the real people are on there. Like, really? Y'all have no perception about real people.
The only 2 catfishes that got caught was the Emily person and Lance Bass.
Right. Which was easy.
And how the hell did you not know that wasn't Lance Bass? That's what I was like, this is not Lance Bass.
But see, Kat figured that out.
Yeah.
Right.
And she told folks, Kat figured that out. And she was like, yeah. But Emily messed it up when she did that medical.
Oh yeah, I said they're gonna catch you slipping. You about to be gone.
You gonna die. What's that one? You gonna die.
Emily, girl, you in trouble.
Yes, sir. You're gonna die. Sagittarius.
You're gonna die.
Yeah. So check it out. We are at the season finale, which it premieres Wednesday. They did it dirty. I thought we was gonna go all the way through. They said no, next time. I said next time.
I'm like, wow.
I honestly just started watching it this weekend. And so I was just like, all right, I'm going to go and watch. I said I wasn't going to watch it after last year because I was like, you know how I hate when, for some reason, they always seem to get the black people out before we get to a finale. And that really bothers me. And then I have a problem with black people not riding for other black people. And that's a problem for me because I'm like, it's fun no matter how much other folks will fight and argue. If it's between this person they hate and a black person, that black person is gone. And so,
yeah.
I watched the one in France, the Circle France, and it was hilarious because it was one dude that was acting like a woman and another contestant fell in love with her. And so we realized when they found out who each other was at the end, that man was so heartbroken, but it was so funny.
I gotta watch that.
That's how Chloe is about to be when Chloe meets Trevor.
When Chloe meets Trevor, she gonna be so upset. I'm like, Chloe, you hiding the pants. Calm down.
Okay, so you know she was on the show. I've never watched Too Hot to Handle, but she was on the Too Hot to Handle show, from my understanding. So everybody recognized her immediately.
Never heard of that show before. I don't even know what
it is. I think it's one of those dating shows. I never watched it, so I didn't know who she was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
moving right along.
Check it out. It's really fun.
All right.
Oh, I have not seen that. Oh my gosh. Okay, go ahead. Talk about it.
Wendy had Joseline, the Puerto Rican princess. I laugh every time we say that on her show. And of course, Joseline was on Love and Hip Hop. She's since left, and she has her own show on the Zeus Network or Zeus TV called Joseline's Cabaret, which they.
Where is this Zeus Network? Because there's a whole lot of folk with reality shows on this network, and I don't even know where.
I ain't been able to find it. I do not.
I'm gonna check it out. Hold on, just talk about it. I'm gonna find it.
Continue.
Google it because I don't know. But she has a show. I think the Cabaret show started on like WeTV, and then I think she had to move it somewhere else, if I'm not mistaken, because it originally started off on like We or something like that. Well, Jocelyn was on the last season of Love and Hip Hop Miami. She wasn't on very many episodes because, let's face it, not a whole bunch of people rock with Joseline.
So Zeus, it's a network, and you go to Zeus Network, the ZeusNetwork.com. It is $4.99 per month or $49.99 a year.
Oh, that's all right.
Okay, I'm good. I can catch it if they show it on YouTube. I can catch it there. At any rate, which I'm not gonna watch Joseline's Cabaret because I don't really care about that. But she was on Wendy's show. They got on there. Let me say this: Wendy has never said anything mean or disparaging about Joseline Hernandez. She loves Joseline Hernandez. Every time she's ever had Joseline on the show, every time she talk about Joseline and her hot topics, she states her facts, but she loves Joseline. She always says she's real good for TV. I ain't never heard her say nothing negative about Joseline. However, Joseline decides to get on and take up her interview time to tell Wendy about how she should be giving her flowers while she's here. You know, you too old to be talking about us like this. And I'm like, girl, but she don't talk about you like that.
She just spread the news. She's a celebrity entertainer, reporter. You're that's all she do.
She didn't just end the interview and just say, forget it, take her off of here. We're going to the next thing.
So what Wendy did was, and she handled it better because I feel like Wendy, had this been Wendy, radio Wendy would have cussed her out. And that's what it would have been the end of that. She said,
divorce Wendy.
You said what?
This is post-divorce Wendy. So she's different.
She is different. She's also older because, like I said, had this been the radio days, this would have been a totally different conversation, and we would have had a totally different, situation to talk about. Wendy deflected. She threw some shade in her deflections. I love Myra. She comes in just at the right time. Jeffree Star, me and Joseline forgot this was not her show, it's Wendy's. Right. So she tried to do got through it, did the shoe cam. Joseline still trying to pop out. She said, I told your producers, you know, if you weren't going to give me my props, I didn't want to be on the show. You know, just all kinds of negative energy. Wendy was like, girl, show me your shoes. Girl, bye. And she was like, I have the #1 show in the country. She said the #1 show on Zeus Network.
Right. Be clear about that.
The way you're talking, she's giving me the Wendy Omarosa interview vibes. You remember the interview?
Right, I do remember that. And here's the thing, Wendy has to act a particular way because she got sponsors and all that good stuff. So I know she has to act, you know, she has to act a certain way. She has to show or exhibit a certain level of professionalism, even when talking to Joseline. And she told her, she said, girl, I ain't never said nothing but nice things about you, but it's my job to report this. That's what I do. Whose country though?
That's why I was laughing at that. Whose country though?
Oh, so it bothered me that she came at Wendy like that. Like it was unnecessary for her to come at her like that because she's never done anything but hold Joseline, the Puerto Rican princess, down. So she took up time. Wendy didn't end the interview, but Wendy did not give her extra time on the interview either. She asked her a couple of questions. She asked about Faith Evans and Stevie J and their relationship because of the baby. Stevie. You know she calls him Stevie. She don't pronounce them B.
Right. Stevie.
I know I ain't never watched that show, so I don't know these people.
Right. Well, Stevie J is a producer. He's produced for several artists throughout our time. As a matter of fact, if you remember the pictures of Eve, the naked pictures of Eve that was leaked, they said Stevie actually leaked them, which I now knowing who he is, I can believe that. Because he used to date Eve.
I'm like, they leaked naked pictures of Eve?
Yeah. This was a long, long time ago. But yeah, in the 90s. Yes, thank you, Myra. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Back when Eve didn't come out, she was big. Yeah. And she came out, and then, you know, he had leaked all these little naked pictures and all this stuff of her. And I wholeheartedly believe he did it. But at any rate, you know, he's still being a child. He 50 years old, still out here acting like he
is. He still married to
Faith Evans? I know there are rumors swirling around that Faith done cheated on him and he done cheated on Faith. They still together.
That's right, man.
So I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship. Neither do I care. But I just say Joseline tried it because, I mean, girl, why you getting on this girl's show acting a fool? Had the shoe been on the other foot, you be ready to jump on somebody. Like, stop. I will say that baby look just like Stevie J. That baby look just like her dad.
I mean, all his kids look alike, and they got different mamas.
They look just like
the one with Mimi.
Yes, them jeans are strong.
I have a cousin. She has 6 kids, 3 different baby daddies. And her last one, her first 5, they all look like her.
Yeah.
But that last one, I said, girl, his genes dominated you. She said, I know. Because that baby girl don't look nothing like her.
All his kids look like him. All of them. Okay, well, we can move on. She really tried it though.
Moving along. Yeah, I don't like mean girls or bad girls, so whatever.
Gotcha.
No.
All right. So Russell and Ciara donated $35,000 to a middle school in Seattle. Actually, it was, well, let me explain. So it's Financial Literacy Month or week or whatever at the school. And so what they did was they opened up savings accounts for all of the students in the middle school. So it's like $40 a piece, basically, to get them started with the savings account and teaching them the importance of saving and that sort of thing. So I thought that was good. It was a good lesson to teach and to help drive that lesson home about financial literacy. We don't have enough of that being taught in our schools at all. I know they have a finance class in high school that the students are able to take. I think Josh took that class when he was I can't remember what year he was in school, but in high school he took the class
in 10th grade.
Huh?
You take that in 10th grade.
Is it 10th grade? Okay, maybe that's
yeah, because Mike finished his.
Okay. So so some of the schools are teaching it, and I don't think all of them are. I know that I feel like that's something that should be a requirement in all school systems all over the country for all the kids, even starting off as young as elementary school, so that they can have an understanding, and it can be something that's repetitive and driving that point home, because it, it's not taught. Even going through college, you're not taught any of that.
It's an elective course, because I know I took it at University of Memphis.
They didn't have it as no elective course at the Jackson State University. So,
because they teach you how to balance a checkbook. They teach you about investing and budgeting and all that kind of stuff.
And I learned a lot of it because my mom and my dad were proactive in teaching us some things. But for the most part, the average household does not get this lesson at all. So I'm glad that they were able to do that and utilize their celebrity and them being famous for good in this sense. So shout out to them. Next slide.
Yeah. I would say just one more thing. When I was in 7th grade, we had to maintain the whole 7th grade. We had to maintain a classroom checkbook that was part of our.
Was that like a junior achievement or something?
I don't know if it was junior achievement. It was just 7th grade to me, but.
Okay. I was trying to remember because I know we had like junior achievement, a couple of other little things. I know in high school, Central had the thing where
home economics. So I mean, not home economics, but economics class. I know you did that, but at the same time, I'm not sure why we were doing that in 7th grade. I know our teacher was really anal though, so she just wanted us to learn.
She's just probably teaching y'all some extra stuff.
Yeah, she's like, you got to understand your checkbook, baby girl. Like, no.
Okay. Biden gave his address. I don't look at this as a State of the Union, because normally they do that in January, but maybe it was. I don't know, because normally State of the Union. It was okay. It's a little late in the year for it. That's why I said.
Well, you have to think about it.
I know we had the election.
No, I'm not talking about the election, but the invasion of the Capitol building.
The insurrection happened, and it was other things they had to put in place for safety purposes. So it was pushed.
Gotcha. I was like, hold on, you doing
not out there.
Yeah. Because I was just thinking. I was like, dude, we halfway through the year. What you addressing the nation for what?
Just keep it and make it for the 100 days, and then of course having to figure out the social distancing part. So ain't nothing been normal.
Okay. Well, Biden, she said, because of trees. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so in his address, he mentioned a couple of things, or a few things that he wanted to do. These are things that stood out to me. Number one, the raising of the minimum wage to $15 an hour. Of course, almost every Democrat was on board. There is a Democrat, I think in West Virginia, who said $11 seems to be a little bit more feasible than $15. So I think there's going to be some type of negotiations happening and taking place. But his main point was there's no way that the majority of this country should be below the poverty line. In certain instances or certain states, $15 an hour ain't going to cut it either. But it's crazy how people expect folks to live off of $7.25 an hour. I just think that's utterly crazy.
Ridiculous.
It's really ridiculous. Everybody has not been afforded the opportunity to get an education for whatever reason, life, and I think that it's abhorrent to say your rent is going to be this amount, but you got to make it work with $7.25 an hour. That's not what's hot. That's not cool at all. That's $360 before taxes, I think, a week. That's ridiculous to expect somebody to live off of that, especially if you got kids. You have, different things involved with that. It just doesn't really make sense, if that makes sense. So I'm for it. But here's my other thing, and I'm going to put this caveat out there, because there are certain professions where you have to have a college degree, and all they give you is $15 an hour. I need them to change that too. So along with that change of raising that to minimum wage, I feel as though they also need to raise, let it do across the board income raise across the board.
But you know what? This is very interesting, because somebody showed me or somebody posted on social media that it was a job that they was looking for, and it said bachelor's degree preferred, and it said salary $15.26 an hour, and I'm like,
that's ridiculous.
No, not bachelor's, master's. It was master's
degree. It's ridiculous. So to expect people to live in a way, I still think that that's going to put people in that poverty, mindset, if you will. So I think it needs to be raised across the board for everybody.
And then you think about what capitalism really is wanting people to work. It's always building somebody else's dream, and then they're unapologetic for saying that these people are helping us build our dream, but at the same time, they're not the people that we want to pay adequately to show up. And when you're looking at all these CEOs and all this type and all these things, these CEOs making hand over fist money, but they don't see where they need to spread it out amongst the other workers and stuff. And like they said, trickle down politics, this trickle down economics doesn't work,
right?
And it hasn't worked, and we need to understand that.
Another thing that he pushed for was the George Floyd bill that's already been passed in the House. That bill is for police reform, so that we can kind of deal with kind of sort of the defund police movement, because we're busy making them rich. That's, baby, ain't that the truth? Kind of a defund the police type of thing, which, again, folks, defund the police does not mean that we are trying to take money from the police. That's not what that means at all. It means that we should put certain funds that we put into the police force into other programs, conflict resolution, mental health, that sort of thing, and make that a part of your whole police force. And so he wants this bill passed by the Senate by May the 25th, which is the anniversary of George Floyd passing. So he wants that to happen. And then he wants to also create an American jobs plan that pours money into infrastructures, rebuilding roads, highways, railroads, airports, and also providing clean water for everyone here in the U.S. Also our ports as well. That's another thing that he wants. So that's job creation. Because let me tell you something right now. The streets of Memphis, Tennessee are horrible. Horrible, I tell you. And I'm talking about if I'm in Cordova or if I'm downtown, I'm hitting potholes left and right. And I do not care what anybody says. City of Memphis, y'all ain't fixing no 32,000 potholes. You a lie. You a lie, and the truth ain't in you, because it's potholes all over the place.
I was about to say, I think they fixed 32,000, but I think it's like a couple of million out there.
Okay. We're gonna let it be at that, because I don't think they fix nothing. Demilitarize police and add resource officers and mental health people. Absolutely. That's what it is. A lot of people feel like they're gonna be taking things from the police. No, they're just making you do your job better. There's no way on God's green earth a police officer should be called to someone's house and it's a mental health patient. That can go left real quick. We're seeing a lot of the people that are getting killed by the police have mental health issues. So these things, and also for more training for them, because a simple traffic stop shouldn't turn into anything crazy because your ego has gotten hurt. That's another thing. So all of that, I think, is important when we're looking at this. And it's time. It's really time for us to take that stand and make those changes. So hopefully and prayerfully, the government is going to do what they need to do and make that happen. So we got too much going on. Next slide.
What can we talk about?
You can go ahead. I'm sorry. Talk.
You know, this is the time where they also were talking about how much history was being made. This is the first time in history 2 women have sat in the position of vice president and speaker of the House in Congress, the president. That was number one. Then I wish I had found that other picture, but I couldn't get a clear picture of it. But the guy that they, like their sergeant at arms or whatever, they actually ushers the president into Congress was a black man as well. So a lot of history was being made. The night presidential address, they were talking about, like, your first Asian American senator or something like that. But anyway, it was a lot of people who were there in Congress who were representative of a more diverse looking Congress. And I thought that was a really good look for everybody. But I was really proud to see that those, 2 women were standing back there together. And we just had a lot of history going on. Now, digressing to the next slide, because, we get all this progress and here go 48 steps back.
This nigga. And I said what I said. So, I ain't never seen nobody as step and fetch as this man right here besides Candace Owen.
He was coerced by the whiteys.
This man says racism does not exist
in America. I'm like, which lie? I mean, in what world? In your delusion? In your delusional world? No.
I also want that man to get his teeth fixed. He got baby teeth.
And, no. What's that character on Fat Albert with the head in the blue?
Mushmouth. That's who this man is.
I started to post that one instead.
We should have. Next time, go with your gut.
Yeah.
I was highly upset with this Joker. Sir, you blacker than the Ace of Spades, and you talking about racism doesn't exist?
He said there is prejudice, it's not racism.
Who posted hell the posty? Myra.
Well, Herman Cain is dead.
Our point exactly. He should ask Herman Cain how being on the wrong side of history works. Out.
Because Herman Cain did all that going to the rallies with nobody's mask
on.
DED.
Right.
Sick up.
Mara, you're true.
I love her. I think that
all I see is Mushmouth.
That's who he is. That's exactly who this man is. I don't understand it. I know they did this strategically.
Yeah, so they can say, well, he's black, so he doesn't think this racism.
That man dead, and them white folks uttered not one word.
So God. Tim Scott, you have been removed from the picnic.
Oh, Tim Scott ain't never been invited to the picnic, girl. It's something wrong with him. I never thought he was a guest on the list. Okay.
As my mama said, Herman Cain too proud to speak now.
I can't with you guys. Hold on. I want to see. Is he married, right?
I think, girl, probably to a white woman.
Oh, to a white woman. I'm about to
I said probably to a white woman. I'm not sure. He might have another Candace Owen lookalike or something. I don't know.
Look, I'm finna find that picture while we talking.
Please. This was an utter mess.
She's white. She's white. She's white.
He seems like the type. She said, "Don't look because you already know." I don't understand why. It was strategy.
I think folks like that real trip me out, and they are such the people that always seem to set back the entire race with one or two words, and it's always them trying to show their worth by just pretending as though racism doesn't exist or it hasn't happened to me. I hadn't noticed that anything happened. Right. I hate those kind of folks because, I don't say kind of people. I hate what they say a lot of times because you know that racism exists. You know that people, dealing with these things, and you have dealt with it, but you decided that it was okay for you to endure this. Hold on, y'all. I think I found it. Let's see. But and that's the thing. Like, you keep on ignoring stuff because you done found some kind of way to have some kind of notoriety. That picture right there.
That is him. I need these. Sir, while you out here speaking on the Republicans' behalf, get your teeth fixed, dog. Get your teeth fixed. All that gum. You see that gum? The teeth to gum ratio just don't even fit.
It don't add up. Because all I'm saying is we got problems.
He ain't good enough to be a house Negro.
He will fail the paper bag test. He will fail that.
He would.
Right.
He absolutely would.
They wouldn't even give him a second look. They wouldn't give him
at all. So I say this to say I love Myra.
Oh, what? Myra, go sit in the corner. In a corner. I'm done. Good night. Let's move to the next slide.
Moving right along.
Oh my God.
Looking like a pickaninny.
I got time today. Obviously you do, Myra. Myra, I'm gonna call you after the show too, or call me or FaceTime, whatever.
He got upper and lowercase gum. I just saw that. Oh. Okay.
All right, so here we go. Wanye and a Boyz Man and Kandi Burress of Escape and all her other many ventures she got going on. So Kandi got on some show on TV One, and they were asking her kind of about her writing and producing creds, and also trying to see who was the best artist that she ever worked with and who was the worst artist that she's worked with.
She should have kept the worst one to herself.
She really should have. This was not a reality TV moment. This was a moment kind of giving you props. Okay. You shouldn't have brought nobody else down, because when you try folk, they're gonna come right on back when you sing for them. So she says that Boyz II Men were the worst.
No, she said, this is a Wanye or just Boyz II Men?
No, she said Boyz II Men.
Okay.
Was the worst experience that she's had. And she said she thought everything was cool because she had hung out with them, outside the studio. They had already had a relationship that was built. So she thought, this was going to be easy, but she didn't go into detail about what happened. Okay. Wanye gives the details about what happened. Okay. They were in the process of writing a song. It was not just Kandi writing a song for them. It was Kandi, and Shakespeare, who was the guy that she was dating at the time, who wrote a lot for Boyz II Men. Okay. And it's a song, I don't even think the song made the album, but whatever the song, or it might have made the album. I can't remember what song it was, but whatever song it was, they weren't even done recording the song yet. They were still in the process of writing it. You know, they piecing stuff together. They doing it. Okay, when I get this part, I'm going to go in the booth, I'm going to record. That's where they were. Okay. Kandi starts talking about splits. Somebody guess what part of the song it made the album. Thank you, Myra. Good guy. It did. That's right. Y'all, tell me what part of the song do you think that Kandi wrote?
The hook.
The hook. Well, the hook is the catchiest part. So I think in her mind, she thought she was owed more money. And what the guys have already experienced being in the industry, as long as they have been in it, they always, whoever wrote on the song, they always automatically split it down the middle. She was trying to get more money, so she thought it was a problem. So of course it became a problem because they was like, "Girl, we ain't even done recording the song. Explain to me what the problem is. You know, your name gonna be on there. You gonna get your cut, but like, you know." He was like, so they started asking him about Kandi. Who? They was like, Kandi on Real Housewives, and then who? He said, "Oh, Kandi from Escape." So he goes into the store. He said, I mean, I know she got like other ventures and stuff, but music wise, she ain't done nothing in a while. I know she been doing her reunion tours with Escape, but like, girl,
relevant in the music world right now. That's what he
basically.
He like threw some shade on her.
But she asked for it. You should not have come. You should not have done that. When somebody says who's the one, unless we got bad blood, I'm gonna keep my mouth closed. And even in my older age, probably not even now, am I gonna do that? But it, you know, why did you have to do that, girl? You didn't have to do that.
You really didn't.
You didn't have to do that at all.
You really didn't.
So, ma'am, this was not a Kim Zolciak situation, although she didn't deal with the full palm tree shade. Absolutely. Although she didn't
put a whole damn tree at them.
He did. Like, girl, what have you done lately?
What have you done lately?
Well, write that song from Kim Zolciak that she stole from her. But
well, see, somebody else wrote that song, but she just rearranged it.
Who wrote the song?
It was some white guy. If you watched it, the song was already given to Kim, but it was supposed to be a country song. And so that was on the first season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta before it came on.
Second.
No. It was on the first season because Nene. Yeah, because Nene was listening to it and she was singing it along with them, like, you know, singing it. Mm-hmm. But Kandi, she rearranged how it was supposed to go.
Okay, so she did an arrangement on an original song.
Right.
Okay.
And just didn't get paid for it. All
right. I see what she does now. Got it.
Hey, Charmaine Diva.
I see what she does now. What you say? She moves in on the song and comes in.
Well, you know, one thing I learned it's something that Errol always said. The way that Puffy gets around a lot of stuff and get production credit is you get a song, you sing it, you play it a certain way. He might come in and say, add a drum beat to that, and then next thing you know, he got a production credit and he taking half of your money. Yep. So seems like the same tactic that she has, where it's a pre-existing song and she might add one or two things to it, and then all of a sudden, well, yeah, I help you write it.
I'm wondering if that's what happened with TLC. Now you're making me question your whole little career here as a songwriter / producer. Mm-hmm. I'm really questioning it right now. Yeah. So yeah, she got what she deserved. It is what it is. Yeah. All right. Next slide.
Child, let's move along.
Moving right along.
Shaqir O'Neal chooses Texas Southern University, which is
HBCU.
In HBCU.
HBCUs are winning. Okay, they're winning. This is the season of HBCUs.
What you say?
But let me just say this to all you Texas Southern people: there's only one TSU. That's
I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it. Listen. So in the HBCU groups, somebody from Texas Southern said the real TSU was in Texas. All I did was clutch my pearls. I said, I'm just here to read the comments because I am from Memphis and I'm a JSU alum. This ain't my fight. Oh, they got that girl together. I think it was like 1,000+ comments on that girl's post. And rightfully so. I started to say, sis, they about to drag you. I ain't have to say it. She was already drugged.
I've been like Whoopi Goldberg on Ghost. Something, you in danger, girl.
You in danger, girl.
Molly?
But the Molly, you in danger, girl. But the HBCUs are winning, winning, and I am loving it. I'm loving it.
They are.
I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to go to the HBCU that I wanted to go to, but I'm rooting for all of y'all HBCUers.
Yeah. And I think
you still got a certification or something from an HBCU.
You can. If you want to go back to school, you can. We got master's degree programs and stuff. Some of them got doctorate programs. You can get a specialist or something. Journalism, girl. Yeah. Girl, okay. And some of them got online degree programs. See, boom, there you go. You can
do.
But I'm very happy. So this is the last. I think this is his youngest son. I don't know if it's his youngest daughter. His youngest. I think all the kids play basketball though. Rightfully so. They tall. What else they gonna do?
I wonder what is Michael Jordan kids doing.
I remember his son Jordan Jr. played basketball, but he did in college. I don't think he ever did like NBA or anything. His daughter
interested in sports like that.
Yeah, nah. His daughter didn't. I think she played sports when she was in school, but like she does like marketing or something for some company. Like they weren't really interested in it like that at all. But this man cheering right here. Him and LeBron's children gonna dominate the NBA and the WNBA.
This is the second generation. I love it.
Yeah. So I'm glad all those babies been playing basketball. I think he's the youngest son. I think he has a little sister, and I can't remember if the little sister's into basketball like everybody else is or not. But again, what else you gonna do?
Child with what's her name?
Huh?
This not his child was Shawnee.
Yeah, all of the kids except for the oldest is by Shawnee, but he took her son in as his as well.
Okay.
The oldest one, Shawnee already had when they got together, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
But but it's just I'm just loving how some of these professional athletes decided to coach at HBCUs, and now you get more players coming to HBCUs.
But we saw a wave of that. Like I said, when we started with, not that Black Lives Matter ever died down, but we started back up with everything that happened with Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd. Them kids last year, they was like, girl, I'm going to HBCU. Forget your white school. I mean, they were really, really trying to make their mark there. And here's the thing, with the famous people's children choosing, HBCUs, that's also going to be helpful to their cause as far as getting more, probably TV time, probably getting people to come look at them for NBA. That's the thing. So it's a whole thing, and I'm glad that they're making these decisions, these choices, because guess what, baby, we're gonna accept you with, come on to HBCU, baby, come on. So
yep, and like I told you last time, it's gonna force them to find the funding to really redevelop the campuses and everything, because they're gonna want more exposure. They're gonna get more exposure as well. Yeah, and it's going to help the whole university, I feel, as a whole, because then we can have those state-of-the-art centers and donors and boosters and things like the other schools have, because people are going to want to see, these people succeed at these schools, and now we're not gonna let them stay and go transfer to another school. They're gonna stay with us. Thank you and goodbye.
That's right, Myra.
That's right, girl.
She said they told the world you not gonna keep telling us you don't want us unless it's for entertainment.
Entertainment, absolutely.
Come on.
We want you regardless. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. So shout out to him. So glad that he's able to do this. And I like to see more of these stories. And let me also say this. Congratulations to all the graduates. I've seen a lot of the college and high school graduation. Some of the high schools have not graduated yet. Some of them are doing prom right now.
Decision day.
It has taken place. So that's been my favorite part, seeing the different decision days. A lot of HBCUs are being chosen. I'm super excited. I also saw a lot of my friends' children who have crossed Delta, aka Sigma Q. I've seen that as well.
Shout out to Trinity Chisholm.
Yes, she's
an AKA like her mama. She's a legacy.
Yep. So I'm seeing that. So congratulations to everybody, because this is awesome. I'm digging it. I love it. That's what I love to see on my timeline. Everybody winning. Everybody winning. That's what I want. I'm rooting for everybody black.
That's right. That's right.
All right, let's go on to the next slide.
It's Peter.
Her and Ciara Thomas wins the Oscar for "Fight for You," which was on the Judas and the Black Messiah soundtrack. Of course, they won a Grammy at the Grammy Awards. They are in Oscar standing now. I don't know what else was nominated for Oscar in the music category, but when I tell you, I was so happy for this girl. And at the Oscars, she did a Prince, kind of like a replica of something that Prince had worn into one of the award ceremonies. It was really gorgeous, really pretty. I dug it. It fits her aesthetic, her brand, very on brand for her. This was awesome. I dig it. And again, she's halfway to it. She got her Oscar.
She just need a Tony and a what?
Emmy. I had to think, Jesus. An Emmy and a Tony. Yeah. That's what I had to think. I said it, then I had to go back. Emmy.
Like
so
Emmy.
Hopefully she gets that. Hopefully and prayerfully she gets on Broadway and writes something for Broadway that's featured in one of these shows. They do new shows on Broadway all the time. And then hopefully she'll get an Emmy for maybe writing a song for daytime. Look, or daytime or one of these primetime shows. So I'm excited to see this. This is awesome. And congratulations to these two ladies.
Wonderful.
Yep. All right, next slide. All right, so Vanessa Bryant launched a clothing line in honor of her daughter Gigi, whose 15th birthday just passed. But the clothes sold out in a day, y'all. Now keep in mind, I ain't got $300 for no sweatsuit. But people did because they bought and it sold out. The clothing line is Mambacita. And these are members of the Warriors. They were amongst the people who bought and wore it in support. If you go to this prize pages, you'll see her and her other daughters
sporting it.
Yeah, the clothing line. And this comes on the heels of the decision that the Kobe Bryant estate made to sever their ties with Nike. I don't know if this was the reason behind it or not, but I'm excited to see what Vanessa does and what she's able to pull off in spite of, severing those ties. I know there are other companies that are willing, and I think this company that she did this through is independent company. Maybe some creative liberties may have not been taken into consideration with Nike. or maybe they weren't going to go for Mambasita at all. I don't know what the reason behind them severing those ties with Nike was. But I'm glad she's able to move forward and do this. These are nice. Again, if I had $300 some, like, $300 some was $30 to me, I would definitely support and buy it, because proceeds from it is actually going to go to the Mambasita Foundation that they have created. So she's pushing forward with that. And I think this is really, really nice. Really, really nice.
Very nice. Very nice. And I'm glad people are supporting them and having left her behind, left them behind just because,
I think they're going to have, one thing that I knew about Kobe, just seeing all the people at their funeral, I know those people got them. She's going through crazy stuff with her mama right now. Probably, I don't know if she's talking to his parents at all, because I know he and his parents had an estranged relationship. But one thing I do know is that in that field and in that industry, family is not blood. Family is made, and I think they have a lot of family in the NBA. I definitely think that they have that in the NBA, and in that industry, and the support is phenomenal, and I think they're going to continue to have that support, because just because of who Kobe Bryant was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Next slide.
Okay, here we go.
Now listen.
I love this.
We didn't do this last week because I forgot. I don't know what happened.
We had a lot going on last week.
We did. I feel like we should, each week, there should be one thing that's getting on our ever-loving nerves. And we should have this free space to vent. Folk in the comments, if y'all got something, by all means, join in. I'm gonna let one of y'all go first, though.
I got one. Let me tell you what's bugging me this week.
Hold on. Let me do this. Keep talking.
Okay. I deliver for Uber Eats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. People, my black people, if you're ordering in Midtown, you ordering something, you live in Midtown, you ordering something for Cordova, please tip. Please tip. It is very rude when you don't tip, because our cars are being used to deliver your food.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at the point now, I know whenever I get dinged and I'm dinged in Cordova and I got to go across the town and it's like $8-9, you ain't give me no tip. I'm going to decline it. Mm-hmm. That's what's bugging me. Because Sunday morning, I had like 6 trips and only one person tip.
I always tip.
And it's like this. I'm going to need for y'all to be Uber drivers and deliver for Uber and not get a tip so you can understand. Because you're going to be hot. If you can't afford a tip, then you need to drive your butt and get the food yourself.
Pretty much.
That's all I got to say. Next, please.
Amen and amen.
Man, amen. Heather, you want to go?
You really want me to do this?
I do.
Okay, then. Let me just buckle up, buttercup.
Okay, I'm buckled.
Let me tell you something. What I'm not going to have is people acting a damn fool at these fast food places. And, first I was going to say ain't nothing bothering me. But something is bothering me. My child has decided to take on working at a fast food restaurant. Even though I said, sir, you could actually get a, full-time gig somewhere, but whatever. This is what he want to do. Cool. He came home very angry because what had happened was, they're in a fast food place, and when your order's wrong, they have no problem with remaking your order. I frequent this location So I know that even if it's something a little bit wrong, they'll go ahead and fix it. Sometimes they'll just give you some extra stuff. Hey, we're so sorry. You know, we was just in a rush, blah, blah, blah. He has a consistent customer that comes in the line, and this MF throws the food on the ground when the order is wrong instead of just handing it back to them. Now, y'all want to know why people want $15 an hour at fast food restaurants? Because they have to deal with your dumb ass temper tantrums that you have because you think that people who work at places like this are, less intelligent or less than you are and all this kind of stuff. Y'all same always up in people's faces trying to tell them what they need to do right, but you can't even be decent and just say, hey, the order's wrong, take it in, or what. They're gonna throw it away, or they're gonna do whatever to, or they say just keep it and we'll give you the other stuff. Now, ain't nobody got to do. I always say, y'all better be glad I don't work at places like this, because I go ahead and turn my badge in, I just throw it right on the card. Look, y'all gonna fire me today, cool, keep my last check, because y'all, I earned it. What you're not going to do is keep treating people who work in places like fast food restaurants and things like that. If you come in there, if you're doing things like that, you're treating people like that, then it will come back on you. It will be, I just have problems with that. If somebody comes in here and they get your order wrong, or if the order's wrong, just tell them the order's wrong. You ain't gotta act like that. You say, hold on, I gotta look at this because I just saw this. Consistently gets the order. People like that. I know people that always have a problem. No matter where they go, it's gonna be something wrong.
It don't necessarily mean that their order is wrong all the time. It means that you got a problem with something. Oh, my fries ain't hot enough. They supposed to be scorching hot to take the skin out the roof of my mouth. That type of thing right there. Ain't enough salt on my fries. Nigga, I put some extra salt in your bag. If you don't like salt, or take it to the house and get some salt and shake some salt. Baby, look, and my child is finna do another fast food job over the summer, and I'm praying for my strength, because guess what? The North Memphis in me, and I'm not even talking about just the customer service. I'm talking about the idiots that he worked for. Mm-hmm. The North Memphis in me gonna have me going up to a fast food restaurant being that mama. Okay.
See, and that's the thing. Let me tell y'all. He told me somebody ordered some coffee, and they asked for like 12 pumps of syrup. I'm like, do you know when you get? He's like, it ain't even no room for coffee. And then they told him it wasn't sweet enough. Like, you gonna die.
Your blood sugar gonna be at 1,000.
Your blood is made of syrup. Your blood is just syrupy.
Get a bottle of syrup, and then I just sprinkle some coffee on top of it.
You ain't drinking coffee, right? Because you're not drinking coffee. At that point, it's hot cocoa. What are you doing?
It's not even hot cocoa. It's just hot sugar. That's all it is. Hot sugar.
Syrup. And that's the type of stuff they deal with. They have a couple of customers that come in like that, and like they said, it doesn't matter what they can order everything on the menu, and there's always something wrong, or it's not sweet enough, or it's not something enough. It's never enough. Those type of people rake against my nerves so badly, because the last time I was like, why don't you call me and let me come up there? It ain't gonna take me but like 8 minutes to get there. I got you. Because I used to be a customer and be behind folks, and they talking about it ain't sweet enough, and I'm like, go get that. You see that package of sugar over there? Go get you some.
Make it happen, Captain.
Because you holding up with that foolishness.
You know what gets me? You behind somebody and they look at the menu, don't know what they want. You know what they got.
It's the same menu. It's been the same.
Let me get
let me see.
Looking at the menu. Do y'all still got the Big Mac? It is on the menu.
Don't you see the Big Mac on the damn screen?
Y'all got a Big Mac.
What kind of Big Mac? That's what we got. We got the Big Mac. Look, we at McDonald's. Damn it. Okay. I'm ready for mine.
Okay. Yeah. Let's hear it.
So let me say this, and it actually is to piggyback off of what Heather was saying. Because I work in a customer service oriented business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If your price go up 2 cents, don't call me cussing me out because your price went up 2 cents. Do you understand me? Don't get mad at me because you went and got a 2022 and you went from a 2001 to a 2022 and your price went up a whole dollar and you tripping and acting a fool. Like it's $100. First of all, let me say this right now. I can't set prices in the industry that I work in because I work for a company. Okay? That company sets the prices. Do not cuss me out. Don't do that. Don't hang up in my face. Don't cuss me out. Don't do none of that. Because, see, North Memphis Faith. North Memphis Faith.
North.
Might lose her job.
Is that an F? North.
With the F.
With the
Very
F.
well. Might lose her job from saying some things to you that you ain't gonna like. I'm just keeping it real. I do not understand. I understand it's your money. I understand you gotta be real calm about what you do. Not do me, baby, because I will definitely do you. I try to be intelligent. I try to be very consistent with my attitude because I know I have to watch my attitude because, hey, it's me. And I talk crazy in a whole hot minute. A couple of words might slip out and I have to apologize. Y'all know who I am. So I just want to put that out there right now. Customer, put yourself in the other person's shoes. If a person's giving you attitude of going out and acting a fool with you, that's one thing. That's one thing. But if we're professionalism at its best, we're doing it. A lady had to call me back and apologize to me. She's gonna get cussed out.
You know what? You know what that reminds me of? Okay, in 99, 2000, and 2001, I worked at Commercial Appeal in Circulation Department in their customer service. I had to work on a Sunday. Don't let that Sunday paper be missing. These folks would call me, cursing me out. This one lady, she was calling me everything but the child of God. And after she got finished, and she had nerve to say, "And y'all making me late for church." And I said, "Ma'am, you going to church?"
Newspaper?
Yeah, hold on. And I said, you're going to church, but you're cussing me out like this.
Oh, girl, yeah. The saints are the best cussers. Don't play no games.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be like that. I'm just frustrated that it's not out there. I understand. We're going to get you a paper out. But you don't have to call.
Or guess what? Just go down there to the grocery store or the gas station on your way to the church house and go get you a newspaper.
And we will credit you. We ain't gonna give you the whole $2 because you ain't paying $2 for the paper by subscription. But it was just funny because she was just cursing me out, and it was on a Sunday, and then she had another to say, "Well, y'all making me late for church," and I'm like, "You cursing me out, and you supposed to be a child of God."
Now let me say this: being a customer, I expect exceptional customer service. When I give exceptional customer service, I need you to act the way I'm talking to you. That's how I need you to talk to me. I need you to understand I'm being very professional, and the hood is not coming out of me at all.
And then some people tend to forget. We got your information. You calling us, we got your information. We know where you live, your phone number. We got all your information. And you don't know what kind of spirit is right. That's why every time I call anybody, the first thing I say, "Hello, name." Whenever they say their name, I write their name down. "Hello, name. How are you doing today?" They be so surprised. Look, I'm gonna need some help on whatever I'm helping you with. I'm not gonna give you any attitude because I'm gonna need your help.
Look.
Now I do know of a story where a young lady and her baby daddy were not in the best of terms, and she found out that the girl he was dating was on benefits, and she started playing with their stuff because the girl got an attitude with her. And I was like, okay, first of all, girl, you should have lost your job. She didn't, because her mama worked there as well and was in management, so she didn't lose her job. However, you don't know who you're talking to. You don't know who you're talking to. You acting a fool and cutting up. Guess what? I got a little power. My little power can alter your situation just like that. I need you to calm down and you know, it doesn't cost anything to act like you got some sense. I know a lot of y'all don't, but I'm here to tell you, common sense ain't common. I need you to get some though. Okay.
And I hear folks saying like MLG&W, they're the worst. They're the worst to deal with. Every time I call MLG&W, I had no problem because my attitude was good. Now, if my attitude is good, then their attitude is good.
I've had a good attitude, and I done got cut off for 50 cents. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay. Forget what the change was on my bill, and they cut my stuff off for 50 cents. One other time I set up a payment arrangements, and they still cut my tail off. I did what I was supposed to do. They had to go back and listen to the call log, and the lady told me when my payment arrangement was. So they rectified the situation. Get them opportunity to rectify it. But let me say this, I was pissed off. I was pissed off.
It's okay, because that's a natural emotion to be pissed off. Yeah. My problem is when it's aimed at people in particular, like when you're people. You know, you being so abusive to people who could possibly help you. And like I always say to folks, you know, I really don't have a problem with MLGW or they rates. And like, yeah, it's really irritating to be cut off for 50 cents. But that's a computer thing that they need to go and fix, where, you know, it may need to fluctuate a little bit. Or at least give you some type of warning so you don't incur the cutoff fee.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the thing that people tend to forget is that these are the same people who are handling the business that you need handled. Because, child, when I used to work for Omnicare, that was some years ago. I used to work for Omnicare, and I used to have folks cussing me out, talking about they were mad about because they wanted to change PCPs like every week. The same person who's called and change PCPs. I'm like, girl, you ain't going to the doctor that much. What are you doing? But and I'd be like, you have to wait the standard 30 days. And she used to cuss me out every time I go, ma'am, hold please. And I just put her on hold and go to lunch. And then
okay, that sounds like something I do.
And I just come back and she come back. But see, every time I did that, she had a better attitude after she was on hold for lunch. Because I was like,
this girl gonna have me on hold. So let me put her biscuits real quick and have a better attitude.
What I'm not gonna do.
I was like, I ain't gotta have this job. I'd be like, oh, okay. She be cussing. I'd be like, man, hold please. Put on her. I'd be like, I'm going to lunch, y'all. See y'all. Just like that.
And I guess the elevator music wasn't helping either. They calmed
it down. It did.
Right. While you in the middle of your cussing.
Miss Brown, you still
nope.
You had me on hold for a long time. What happened?
Yeah, man, we're still doing research on your account. Just please hold.
Okay. I was working when I was pregnant with Joshua, I was working at ATT. And this is during the time where, you know, if you had to pay for minutes before 7 o'clock, and after 7 o'clock is free. You remember that those days and those text messages and all that kind of stuff. This one guy called and he was cursing me out left and right, thinking that AT&T done overcharged him. He has 4 teenagers. And they was buying games, ringtones, and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
And his bill was $15,000. And he wanted us to clear them charges. I went with each bill. on the bill. I went through each number because he had 4 teenagers and himself and his wife. There's 6 cell phones, okay? And them teenagers was texting, because this is when you only had like 100 texts in the plan, and then after the text, you get charged every text and stuff like that.
Yeah. Sir.
I had to get my supervisor.
I had no phone. Baby, my mother told me back in them days, girl, the only people who got pagers and cell phones are drug dealers and doctors. Are you either one of them? Well, you ain't getting no phone.
And so and so I told him, I said, well, sir, I had explained to him, I said, these charges are valid. Your children made these charges. I said, what you can do is cut off these features that your kids are buying, the those ringtones and the games and stuff like that, and you can cut off the text message, but you got to pay this bill. He didn't want to hear it. He wanted to speak to my supervisor. I got my supervisor. And mind you, I was pregnant. So I'm trying to be happy in my pregnancy because I didn't want my child coming out crying all the time. So I'm like, I'm trying to be nice here. So I'm gonna let you talk to my supervisor because I'm about to cuss you out.
It would have went right on to the supervisor. You know what? Let me let you talk to my supervisor. Hold on for 1 second. And supervisor, come on, get this call because some things gonna come out my mouth that are not God like. Yeah.
Because I was like, and then Joshua was kicking everywhere because I was getting all heated. I was like, okay, I'm like,
so I just need y'all, you know, good customer service is important, but I also need y'all to understand that you have to put yourself in the customer service person's shoes. Because if you acting a fool, and I'm not gonna be so inclined to help you through your problem or your situation. Why? And you cussing me out.
What am I doing? The customer's not always right.
No, they're not. They're not always right at all. That's the other thing. And I need people to get out of that whole realm too. The customer is not always right. It's all period.
No.
Nope.
Cuss me now if you want. I'm gonna cuss you back. How about that? That's why I'm over here. That's why because I had a customer like that. I could tell y'all stories about customers now, like the ones who want refunds on used toys. But anyway.
You're right.
Yeah,
that's nasty.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me tell you this one story. Okay, Mall of Memphis open. 95, summer of 95. I was working at Fredericks in Hollywood. And their policy is you can return anything you want as long as you still have the receipt. This woman returned a negligee like a gown. She bought 10 years ago. Had all kinds of things on it. And kept the receipt. It had all kinds of stains on it.
That's so nasty. Drawers should not be returned. They should not.
You just throw them away and start over. Just tell them what you need. There's a new pair.
It's 10 years old. You're nasty. Ain't no telling what type of stains on that negligee. Let's go on because I'm finna say
okay.
All right,
whole attitude. Okay. Are we finished?
We done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So today we are talking about self-care. I kind of just did a little research myself. I don't have any experts. I got 2 experts about self-care on here. I'm not an expert. I'm just here. But we're going to talk about self-care today. It's quite important to indulge in self-care. A lot of us don't. And for a lot of reasons, we have multiple health issues. We let things stress us out often. And sometimes you got to get away from certain situations that you're in. Self-care is embodies a whole bunch of different things. Pleasure, acceptance, physical condition, awareness, kindness, choices, attention, priorities, curiosity, exploration, community, slowing down, and support. So it embodies all of those things. Next slide.
Yes, ma'am. Ooh.
Okay. So the definition of self-care, self-care comprises of those activities performed independently by an individual to promote and maintain personal well-being throughout life. So that can be anything. Anything at all. We're gonna give some examples. In I'm gonna start off with the next slide. Your mind. And meditating, speaking with somebody, therapist or someone to kind of sort through everyday life. A lot of times, us as Black people, we don't do therapy. Uh, we're breaking down those stigmas of therapy now. We've had Montoya on a couple of times to just talk about certain mental health issues. Back in the day when it was just me and Timberly doing this, we had Brandy Flynn on, who also is a therapist as well, just to talk about different mental health issues. And we deal with a lot. Children get on your nerves. The folk on the job, different things that you have to deal with, and you have to kind of work through. And it's always good to talk to somebody. And I think it's good to have a therapist, if not to just work through everyday life, to be able to vent and have that space to open up to, because sometimes you can't call everybody on the phone and tell them about your problems. Your business is gonna be in the street, or they're gonna give you the wrong advice. You know, I want to go bust the windows out of such and such car. Girl, let's go. I'm coming to pick you up now. Wrong. That's not how you handle that situation. At all. And then meditating. A lot of times we're so caught up with the TV, with the phones, with the internet, with the this, to have some quiet time to meditate. And it could be, a lot of people who are heavy in Christianity, they may meditate on some scriptures in the morning time and use that time for prayer. Or you may meditate on just having some quiet time and getting yourself centered before you start your day. Different things can take place in that moment. You can have moments of clarity, and it just kind of erases just a lot of the stresses of the day. Getting it started. It's a book that I got. I'm not done reading it. Um, it's called The Morning. Hold on. I'm gonna find it, but it's just little things that you do when you get up in the morning and you start your day, and it doesn't have to be I'm starting. I'm gonna fix breakfast. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do for others. It is basically time that you spend with you, dealing with who you are, kind of meditating and getting your day started and having that quiet time with you before you touch the kids, the husband, the job, the anything like that. So that's just one aspect of self-care. Next slide. And y'all can chime in whenever y'all want to. The body. Exercise is a big thing. A lot of people have. We got a lot of. Oh Lord, we have health issues, and a lot of times we don't go to the gym or exercise at home or just go walking or anything like that. And a lot of us who have hypertension and diabetes and those things, a little exercise can help control those things along with your diet as well. But those are some things. A good massage, baby. Let me tell you something. Woo! Somebody rub on my body and put me to sleep, I'm okay with it. I know that didn't sound right, but
that part.
But I am okay with it. I haven't gotten a massage in a while. That's something that I would love to do. Anybody? I know I'm not. I know I mother 2 children, but they still my broke best friends, so they can't afford things. So anybody want to bless me with a massage for Mother's Day? That'd be lovely and nice. I would take it.
I went ahead and invested in a deep tissue massager, and I just do it myself.
Well, no. Well, here's the thing. I have one of those little things that you rub all on your neck and all that stuff. But it's something about having that experience, you know, for them to get and when they massage, they work out kinks and different things in your body. You can have tension in your shoulders. Sitting up at a computer all day. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
The tension in your shoulders is just off the chain. Any type of stressor that you're dealing with, a lot of times it's in this upper part of your body here. And it just kind of work those things out. It normally it takes not just having that deep tissue massager, but having some hands to just get in there and rub a dub. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
But also, let me just tell you about the massaging aspect of it as well. Anytime you do anything for your body, exercise and everything about it helps endorse and it helps to balance your body out because those are good hormones and endorphins sometimes are what we're lacking when you're talking about people who when you're talking about self-care, a lot of times we are low in endorphins, just those hormones that help us function on a daily basis, that make us, you know, happy, that make us balanced, that make us content. So when you get into those deep tissue massages again, you're releasing a lot of those hormones that your body, those endorphins that your body needs in order to feel balanced and make sure that you do have wellness about yourself physically and mentally.
And happy people don't kill nobody.
They don't.
Definitely.
You know what? When you said endorphins, what's that show? That movie, Legally Blonde. She said endorphins make people happy. Happy people just don't kill anybody.
Exactly. Elle Wood said it.
She did.
She did.
All right. Next slide. Your soul. I knew you was gonna add. I was looking for that picture. I knew you was gonna add it in there. So your soul. A lot of people go to church. A lot of people pray, like I mentioned earlier. Bible study in the morning times. Go in that prayer closet, whatever you have to do. Other people do. I did not do one this year, but we normally do a vision board at least once a year. I think it's good to probably set some other goals, especially if you have a business, maybe quarterly with that. But to me, that vision board is like, I would like to say, like a faith walk. And it can give you some goals to attain. Just looking at it. I have mine normally hanging up somewhere in my living room each year. So when I come in the house, when I leave the house, I see it every day. Some people might have it in their room. Some people may have it in different places throughout their house. Some people have it on their phone. I know a lot of people, they do a vision board, and it's their background, their screen background on their phone. And they see it every time they look at their phone. So I look at those things, and I think that that's really, really good. And of course, the readings, the cards, the study of the stars, and all that good stuff. Which I think it says a lot about, because we've been talking kind of offline about the cards and the stars and the signs and everything, and just kind of dealing with the signs. I think you've been getting into the chart readings and that sort of thing, and it gives you some type of clarity about the way you do things or why you do the things that you do, and whatever form of worship that you do. It could be, you know, I know Muslims pray 11 times a day, and that's what works for them, and I'm with it. Pray, baby, pray. You know, whatever form of worship that you do, whatever is feeding your soul, allow that thing to feed your soul and get into it. For me, I have to pray about everything I do. I got to pray. And I do the vision boarding. I may have some scriptures that I meditate on, and I make sure that I'm just kind of walking through that and dealing with that in my everyday life. But for different people, it may be something different for you.
And it also could be a combination of things too, because when it comes to stuff for your spirit or your soul or whatever you want to call it, when you tap into what we call your spirit team, whatever represents your spirit team.
Right.
It could be from a religious background. It could be from a spiritual background. It could be from any of those things. It could be from culture. But a lot of times we ignore things because we don't feel like we feel like we have to be, I don't know, kind of bound to a certain type of spirituality. And the truth of the matter is, if it's what resonates with you, that's what you work with. You know, and some don't believe in organized religion, so they're not going to be people who necessarily show up to read the Bible, but there may be other spiritual book and literature they may decide to look into. You know, we're talking about, like, you know, the tarot cards and things like that. And one of the things that I've learned over the past few months was really, you know, about, like, for me, when I was younger, I was like, I don't know. I've always been interested in it, but I've always been kind of like apprehensive due to how I was raised. But then I started, it's just like when you read about any other disciplines and things like that, you learn, you know, more about things and why people do what they do. So to me, all those things are different manifestations of the same thing. Is just what resonates best with you.
Right.
And because of the type of creatures we are, we have to be connected to something spiritually. So whether you call it spirituality, whether you call it religion, whether you call it, you know, whatever you call it, you know, being one with the universe, any of those things, all those things saying that you need to connect to a certain type of, not necessarily a deity, but definitely you do recognize that there is a gravitational pull toward spirituality. People go, you know, talk to our ancestors, or, you know, whatever they do, but they do it way because they want to be grounded and they want to find a connection with something, and having those different methods and ideals and setting affirmations, setting, you know, manifesting things, all that stuff is just saying having a belief system in place that works for you to help you become more aware and be a more balanced person. That's what it means.
Yes, yes, yes. All righty. Next slide.
Wrong mouse. I got 3 mice on my table. So the slide is about 30 ways to practice self-care.
Yeah, I don't see the slide though.
It's coming. I don't know why y'all in. I don't know why that's a thing.
Okay. 30 ways to practice self-care. It could be anything from, and I'm not gonna read all these, but it could be anything from taking a long bath, anything from, I can't even see. I'm so stretching. A lot of people cleaning or organizing does it for them, you know. Drinking more water, getting enough sleep. I don't get enough sleep. I don't know about anybody else, but
I have to get my sleep.
I don't know. I don't even know what that is. So sleep for 8 hours. I think in order for me to get a full 8-hour sleep thing going on, I have to be sick and not feeling good. And that means I came home. As soon as I came home, I hit the head to pillow and I'm out for the night. Other than that, I ain't feeling good. It ain't, I mean, I keep going, which is not healthy at all.
No, it's not. Because, you know, your sleep, when you sleep, your body replenishes itself. So it's very important.
Yeah, it is. But yeah. And then I'm a Jamaican over here trying to make everything work in my...
Right. No, okay. Either you gonna rest or your body gonna make you rest.
That's true. That's true. Saying no is also a good way to practice self-care. The answer got to be no. You can't do everything. You can't be everything for everybody. You know, I've had to learn to say no because I always want to help. I always want to be there for other people, but sometimes your peace in itself needs to be protected. So give yourself a treat. Sometimes it's okay to go get you a banana split or a big old ice cream sundae. It's all right.
Give yourself a facial.
Getting a facial is a good one too. Yeah.
And you know, as a situation coach over here, what do I always say? Self-pleasure is self-care.
Yes, self-pleasure is self-care. That's why I said both of y'all are the experts on the self-care thing.
Because think about it, if you're always upset on edge, you're not taking care of basic things. You're always, and that's why I say people pigeonhole into one idea of self-care, thinking it has to be this way or it has to be that way. Or like when I talk to my customers and clients and I ask them just straight up, when's the last time you just had solo play? When was the last time you done that? And they go, well, no, it was now that I'm in a relationship. No, I don't really. And I'm like, why not? Why not? Why not? Why we waiting on other people to make us happy? Why we doing
He might not be here. So
or think about it, maybe inspired, don't really, or not in the mood, and it's not up to you to guilt them into doing anything with you because you want to be, having a temper tantrum and doing stuff. Do it yourself. So, and then also that helps and that releases those endorphins. See happy people, folks.
Yep.
That's what Wendy said today.
People don't kill people. Happy folks don't kill people.
That's what murder people. It's a release.
Right.
Release.
Relax, relate, release.
Relax, release.
Hey, because I be looking at some folks, I be like, look, I'm finna send you a toy. You ain't even got no feedback, just use it.
I will buy it for you here.
Because, ma'am, you a bad
right.
You need to knock one off so you can stop acting like that.
Yeah.
So Heather, what is so I think I know the answer to this, but what is your best self-care method that you
Which that's what I like. That's what I was getting to. That's the next slide.
Oh, hold on over here to the me. If we're talking about me specifically, I love me time. I like a lot of me time. But I've also that I like playing with makeup. I didn't realize that that's really a self-care thing for me, is learning how to do things.
Everything. I'll be like, girl, what is that for?
I know, I got a whole regimen. I be going to the country like, well, I ain't never heard of that. So, and now that child of mine is doing everything. She got a whole song said my mama is beautiful with makeup. That was by Marley. But anyway,
the slide didn't come up either. I just want to let you know that too while you talking.
You said what?
The slide didn't come up either.
No, it's coming. I don't know why it's delayed.
It's delayed. Okay.
I don't understand it because it's up on the screen here. I'm seeing it on the Facebook page, but I don't know why it's not showing for y'all. But the thing that I really love though is the fact that, I just like doing things that make me feel good myself. When I've gotten back into reading, of course, like I said, self-pleasure is self-care. So, my orgasms are my responsibility.
They are.
So,
masturbation month.
My orgasms are my responsibility. So, and I tell people that all the time. So I like to do things like that. And then I also have a thing with wanting to, I try to help too many people many times. So I'm learning how to really spend time to things and just do nothing. And that's very important for me to learn how to do nothing. Yeah.
You said what? The slide didn't come up either.
I'm trying to figure out when it's coming. Yeah, it's coming.
There we go.
And that's very good. There we go.
I see that. I was hearing the playback. Okay, crazy.
I'm not putting here. But so that's the thing. I like to just take it to be me.
Gotcha. Wendy, what about you? What are some of the things that you do self-care wise?
Okay, with the body, kickboxing. I'm loving kickboxing. It's something cathartic when you punch in a bag and you're imagining it's your job. And you punching and kicking the heck out of it. You know where I work, Faye. So
I do.
You already know. And then also, this is my guilty pleasure. It's Mary Kay Time-Wise Repair lifting biocellulose mask, and it's like Korean beauty. So it's a mask. Oh, I need to order me some more. Okay, it's a mask. So I take this out, and it's like a peel. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. And you put it on your face, and I keep it on there for 30 to 45 minutes, and it's just nice and cool. You don't wash it off because it's like a serum.
So it soaks in.
Yeah, it soaks in, and it's just that coolness, and me in front of the TV with a glass of wine. The best self-care ever. My mind, I like to journal. So I journal sometimes. You know, I haven't journaled every day like I used to, but when I'm like really feeling it, I will journal because I'm the type of person, I will hold in a lot. And then when it gets too much for me, I have a breakdown. So I just learned to journal. And
do you journal about everything, or do you just journal about things that may trigger you, or how do you approach it?
I journal about everything. I even now got a fitness journal now I'm gonna start doing. Because just so I can go back and see my journey, my weight loss journey. And I'm still working with the spirit. So I don't have much that I do but pray. That's all I do.
But that's a start. I mean, so I would say, just like how you have your journals and everything, I would say how we were talking earlier, and you were talking about there's these different apps that send you like personal affirmations. I definitely would incorporate that with when you work out, you know, and you constantly just use that affirmation of the day when you working out. Like that's what's motivating you, is that thing there. And I think that will also help you to, you know, pull in the spirit part, because I think when you kickboxing, you incorporating all three, mind, body, and spirit, because you got to think about how to kickbox. So you got to stay alert. Your body will transform, and then your spirit, you're gonna naturally start building confidence, because you know you're like, hey, I can do this.
Yeah.
It be kicking my butt though, but I be loving
but
it.
You be in it, and as you continue to do it, it's gonna get easier. You know,
I took my class and I was like, you know what, I'm good, but I lost like 5 pounds in like 1 day.
Lord God,
I'm not coming back. This was great.
Well, for me, I when the pandemic started, of course, everything was shut down. I used to like to go to the gym early in the morning and, you know, bike, treadmill, do a little weights. I'm good to go. I got a good little workout in, and I can go and start my day. And I had a lot more energy doing that. I have workout playlists that I listen to. I love music. Love it.
What's your favorite song to work out on?
Oh God, it depends. I like a lot of hip hop when I'm working out, because I like the upbeat while I'm working out. I may have like a little cool down something, but for the most part, I like, you know, a lot of Jay-Z, a lot of DMX. I have a lot of like those Common, Most Def, the Talib Kweli, that sort of thing. I love, because I love hip hop. I was like a really big hip hop head growing up, so I know all the history and all that stuff, the backstories and all that stuff. Because y'all know I'm a little nerd like that. I got to know the backstory and how they came to be. So, you know, I like it. I love it. Even you know, some of the newer rappers that have come out since then, your Kendrick Lamar's, your J. Cole's, I will listen to. I even listen to Lil Wayne these days. I mean, I just because it's hip hop and it's in there and it got that beat and I'm doing my thing.
Some of the hip hop songs now, I don't even know if we can classify.
Now the mumble rap, no, I can't. None of the mumble rappers are on my list. Understand that. I cannot do the mumble rap. If I can't understand what you're saying, no ma'am, Pam,
well,
no
wait,
sir.
Sometimes they be having some really good beats, and I don't really care.
They do. But see, I be working out and singing along or doing whatever. So I be in my zone. So when everything shut down and I started like having to like walk and stuff, and I wasn't really going to a track, I would probably go down on the river or neighborhood that I live in. There's one of the longest, well, not the longest, but a pretty long street in Memphis. I walk and it's some miles if you walk the whole thing. And so that's what I do. I walk the whole thing. So I walk up one side of the street and come back the other side of the street and I make my miles for the day. So I was getting up, to 5 to 7 miles is where I was kind of averaging. It was really, really good. I was meeting that goal every day. And so I started with that. It wasn't always the hip hop songs that I would listen to. I started incorporating, like, I'm really crazy about PJ Morton. I love him. I listen to him almost every day, at least one of his songs almost every day. But I just let all his whole little playlist just go by because he has a different, songs. You have high upbeat songs. You have songs that and I be singing along. I be walking, and I be doing that, and it's really, really good to do. Mm-hmm. So that moment right there, it allowed me to be able to just have, first of all, some me time, because when I get home from work every day, I sit in my car for at least 30 minutes to an hour just before I go in.
But that's self-care. That is. Sometimes you just need to decompress and not have any interruptions during your decompress.
Yeah. So if I get home too late, though, I have two fathers, Joshua and Jalen, and they calling, hey, so where you at? What you doing? I don't need that in my life. I'm outside sitting in the car, don't bother me, okay? I be in when I be in. Okay, bye, click,
Right.
So I have to have that time because, I love my children. Lord knows I do. But to not to hear mama, to not to hear mom, at least for like, a couple of hours during the day, it's well worth it. I just don't want to hear that. I want to turn it into a week where I don't have to hear mama. Look, where I'm gone for a week. Like, if you ain't dead, don't call me.
Let me tell you what I do now. Whenever Joshua wants something, he go, Mom, I go, I fall out. I'm like, he was like, what's wrong? I said, you said the magic word. Every time you say that word, I'm gonna pass out. What you talking about, Mama?
And I get tired. And look, not having to drive nobody nowhere to work or to a football practice or a track practice. I ain't got nothing to do. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Freedom, Jesus. Right there.
If that ain't self-care, I can just do what I want to do. Praise God. Let me do that.
I really admire you too, because y'all have more than one child. I don't think I could do it with more than one child. I don't think I can do it with multiple children. I don't.
Let me be honest. I ain't think I could do it either.
Neither did I. Because I was done with Joshua. I was like, okay, with child, you just gonna be an older child and you just gonna be, spoiled and whatever you want. We just gonna rock with that. And then that little gift named Jalen came along. So
we had a guest speaker at church today. Her name is Christine Kane, and she got 2 daughters. Her husband is number 14 out of 15 children. So she tells her mother-in-law, the oldest one is Alpha, the second one is Omega. That's the beginning, end. That's the end of child care, child bearing children right there.
I don't have that many kids. Why, God?
You know, and I commend people for having that because I'm like, you know, it's just thinking about what you go through mentally with your body.
Yeah.
That many times. 14?
Yeah. Well, look at the Duggars. They did it 22 times.
Yeah,
22, 23.
They had different type of
You notice that oldest one in jail.
Yeah, he gonna be there for a minute.
He gonna be there for a while.
For child pornography. I'm like, I figured that's what there was.
And sisters even said it though. I'm gonna say another thing about self-care. Like I was telling y'all, me going through learning about, you know, all the stuff like the natal charts and stuff. That was self-care for me. Learning I'm the way I am. I needed to know. So I had a deep dive. And that's part of my self-care as well. And doing now, you know, I've always had sage. I just didn't have it on I didn't use it as much as I use it now.
Right.
But yeah, that's always been part of who I was. I just finally started leaning into it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think it's really key, you know, leaning into those things that you're interested in. Even a lot of people are afraid to walk away from their regular jobs to do the things that they love. And a lot of the things that you love can actually take you to greater heights than where you were in that job. And a lot of people don't realize. And to me, that within itself is self-care because you're not stressed out. We were talking about earlier about the minimum wage and that gap and how we stress ourselves out. You know, some people have a degree for a $15 an hour job. And they breaking their back trying to make things happen for these people that they're working for, and they're making them rich in the process.
Every time, I mean, they have audacity when you say, "I want to go and pursue something that makes me happy."
Yeah, but that's self-care, and people don't seem to understand that. And what we need to do, you know, is lean into those things. And a lot of people, you know, when reading stories every day of people leaning into those things that they're interested in more so than chasing after a paycheck. And of course, yeah, you got bills and you got kids, and a lot of us have postponed some of our dreams and aspirations and goals and things that we had set for ourselves when we were growing up, and have taken the opportunity to push those things back because we got families and we have those things that we have to do to survive. But sometimes if you step out on faith and you lean into those things, that's going to help you move forward and further in life to greater heights. So just wanted to put that out there. Did y'all have anything else on self-care that y'all wanted to discuss?
Just one thing I thought was really funny. Go ahead, Wendy.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. What's funny? I want to laugh.
So, talking about self-care, and y'all know how we talk about, you know, also taking care of plants and, you know, having gardens and stuff. That's part of self-care as well because you tap into it. So, yesterday was World Naked Gardening Day. And so I found this on Instagram as a whole hashtag. And so I was
like, are you going to show it? Are you going to show it or no?
No, we're going to get dang. Let me say this. Last week, I couldn't boost our episode last week because of, I don't know if it was because of the content or maybe some of the pictures, but they would not let me boost the episode last week. So now we might have to see that after the fact. It wouldn't let me boost it at all.
Well, these are all strategically placed. They're actually these are not so like these. So these are people they pose with their plants. So you actually don't see anything. but they have strategically placed all of their plants in their nether region. These have been very funny pictures. If you go through that whole hashtag, but it was yesterday. It's every May 1st.
Okay.
But part of self-care, people feel like they're back one with nature. They've become more aware of themselves and how the ecosystem works, and so that's another form of self-care. That was it. That's all I had.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna always talk this, but I think skincare is one of the best self-care, because when you're taking care of your skin, you're gonna look good and you're gonna feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm just putting it out there.
Absolutely.
If you don't know how to take care of your skin, I can teach you.
Call
and drink water.
Reach out. Drink a lot of water. I ain't drinking no water right now, but drink a lot of water. I try to drink a gallon a day is what I try to do.
Alkaline water is so good.
You said what?
Alkaline water is so
Alkaline
good.
water is really, really good. It has some other health benefits as well than it just being water.
I really feel the difference because I really feel the difference between drinking the regular water and alkaline water. I'm like, okay, I feel good. When I was like, okay.
All right. Okay. Well, next slide.
So the slide is the mamas of comedy, since it seems like the slide. I don't know why the slide be acting like
it's acting like that.
Okay, because
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a comedy show that is taking place that myself and my friend Lily are putting on at Smooth Living out on Winchester Road. Doors open at 7 p.m. This is on Mother's Day, May the 9th. Doors open at 7 p.m. The show time is at 8. We got Tootie Two Times. We have Ashanti. We have J. Adriel. And then we have Latoya Tennille that will be there. You'll be able to get food, drinks. We're going to have some vendors set up as well. We do have some slots available for vendors. So if you're interested in becoming a vendor at this event, hit us up. Y'all can inbox me, and when y'all see my contact information, just hit me up. I'll send you the information for that. But it's gonna be a great time. These women are phenomenal. They are hilarious. I've seen each and every one of these women perform in a comedy and have been following their careers for a few years now, and they are amazing and they are hilarious. And one Latoya Tennille actually owns the first and only Black-owned female comedy club here in the city of Memphis, the Comedy Joint. So even if y'all can't make this show, I always want to let you guys know, support. A lot of people complain about what's the other comedy club? We got Chuckles a lot. And I like Chuckles. I love the comedy. When I go there, I always have a good time. I just know not to buy no food because the food is straight up microwavable, whatever. And it's not good for the price.
Ticket system. I can't.
You said what?
The whole ticket system to get in, to get out. Like, you holding me hostage?
Yeah, no. So it's a 2-item minimum that you have. I think at her place is similar, but not to the point to where you can't get out. The waitress and waiters let them know, what they did. They bought whatever, and that's fine. They have a better system, I think, set up than Chuckles, but their food is actually good. So let me put that out there right now. I'm baby. I eat the food every time I go. The drinks are phenomenal too. So I always go get drinks at Chuckles if I go. I don't ever buy food because I learned that lesson the hard way. The time that I went and got 2 items, I got a drink and some food, and the food was horrible. And I was like, I ain't gonna do that no more. So, but at any rate, make sure you guys check this comedy show out. Tickets are available on Eventbrite, or you can get the QR code off the flyer. And make sure you guys definitely participate in this. This is also going to be a virtual show. So if you cannot physically be there and you still want to see the show, buy the ticket. You'll get the virtual link for the show. Before we move on to how people can see us, I wanted to give a shout out to Charmaine. Charmaine is kind of a silent member of our team. We were shooting at her house and recording at her house before we moved to Heather's house, because Heather had more production stuff in her house. Well, Charmaine had an incident a few weeks ago, and I'm so glad that she's home. She's been
lovely diva.
Yes, she's been a big supporter of what we're doing. And I definitely want to give her a shout out and to thank her for all of her support. And we're praying for a full recovery and everything. But I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that and shouted her out. She did. Y'all probably saw her comment earlier. She's really supportive of what we got going on and what we're doing. And so we are so grateful for that. Okay. Wendy, how can they reach you? Yeah.
She ain't gonna show up.
It don't want to do right.
Just tell us how we can reach you. We'll just still hold it up.
Okay. So you can reach me on Facebook, Wendy Edingbourgh Smith. There you go. Wendy Edingbourgh Smith. The name is Scottish, you guys. Okay. It's Scottish. The Instagram is at Vlux76. Don't want to know why I call myself Vlux. That's college name. Okay, my website is www.maryk.com/WEDINGBOURGH.
Okay, and Heather, how can I reach you?
On Heather's Passion Academy, because that's everything Passion Academy. That's where we are in life. Just HeathersPassionAcademy.com, Heather's Passion Academy, YouTube and Facebook. If you want to go out there and get yourself together, we can set you up a self-care method, especially during the month of May, because it is masturbation month, and we have already said self-pleasure, self-care. So let me help you get your regimen together for the month.
Absolutely. And you guys can reach me on Facebook, Vicskeyas Faith More, on Instagram at Vicskeyas Faith, and on Twitter at Vicskeyas Faith as well. You also can reach us here at The Size Up on Facebook, The Size Up, Instagram, The Size Up 2102, YouTube, The Size Up Official Podcast. And listen, y'all, if y'all want to be on the show, y'all want some advice, y'all got anything you got going on, hit us up, email us, thesizeup2102@gmail.com. We'll answer your listener letters, give you some advice. We will protect the names to protect the innocent. Or change the names to protect the innocent, or not innocent. I don't know, however you want to put it. But make sure you guys do send us. And if y'all just got a comment, y'all enjoy the show, anything like that, hit us up on those platforms, as well as you can listen to us on Anchor. Thank you. Google Podcast, Spotify, because I don't have a memory is gone. Anchor, Google Podcast, Spotify, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and SoundCloud. And of course, you can always check us on our page live and also on YouTube. Go on over to YouTube and just play us. Just play us. All right. That's all, folks. Do y'all have anything? I know Mother's Day is coming up. Do y'all have any Mother's Day sales, specials, baskets, masturbation tools?
Well, my basket that I showed y'all, the little travel case, tried to order some the next day, they were sold out because it's limited edition. And when it says limited edition, once it's out, it's out. But the day after Mother's Day, I get to order the summer products early, and I'm going to post it on the pages. I mean, Heather, I know you would like this one thing. It's it's you can hold brushes in, and it just stands up. It's really cute, like a brush holder, and it's real cute.
Have to type these things. organization skills together over here on the desk again.
And so you can just bleep, 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 bleep. And I saw that, I was like,
I know, because
I was getting my pedicure. I was getting my pedicure yesterday, and I saw all the new products, and I was like, She was like, hold on, you wetting the floor. I was like, oh, sorry.
So I'm excited, ma'am. I'm excited. Yeah, we got dildos.
That's it. That's all. Mic drop. All right. Well, we will not be live on next week because it is Mother's Day, but we will be playing an episode of Loop. I don't know if you can schedule it the same way or not, but we're going to post the episode next week or have it ready for next week so it can be posted because Mother's Day. If you are a mother and you would like for us to interview you for our Mother's Day episode that we will be pre-recording, hit us up on our social media pages. You can hit our DMs or inbox us, or you can email us at thesizeup2102@gmail.com. We'll be more than happy to. I have some responses to the flyer I posted online, just a couple. But we definitely want to get those in because we definitely want to play that special episode on Mother's Day. So make sure you guys hit us up. Y'all got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, we will see you guys on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Happy Mother's Day.